Hey there everyone, welcome to the third video in this series. In this video we are going to build the hero section out, which is this part over here. So we're going to do that on desktop, tablet and phones. I did forget one thing in the last video, and I seem to be doing this every time, and I'm sorry about that. If you remember, we put this background image in, but we only put it in for the desktop. And if you remember in the last video, I uploaded 3 images, one for the desktop, one for the tablet, and one for the mobile. So we're just going to do that before we start working on the hero image. And then if this is the first time watching my videos, I just want to welcome you. And if you want to follow along with the series, it's probably best that you go to video number 1. I have linked to the playlist in the top corner here. It should pop up now, and then also in the description. So start from step 1 and then move along. There is certain things you will need, like a domain name, web hosting, and the Divi page builder. If you don't have any of those, I have put links to where you can purchase web hosting and a domain name as well as Divi. Just to be upfront, I do earn a commission if you do purchase from my links. And if you do that, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. It does help support my channel and myself. Let's go to the WordPress dashboard and let's quickly sort out that footer. So to do that, we're going to hover over Divi and we're going to go to the theme builder. So we want to edit the footer. So let's click on this pen icon. Now that we can edit our footer, to change this background image, let's click on the blue section, which is our section settings. Let's just lock that to the left. And then let's go to the background. Then let's hover till we get to the background image. And there, I don't know if you can really see it, but that image is this image over here. So now we want to change the tablet image and the phone image. So to do that, we click on this phone icon. We then have the desktop option, the tablet option, and the phone option, or view, I should rather say. So let's click on tablet. Now, the reason I'm changing the images is, if you can see, if we go to tablet, it cuts off our images. So let me go back to desktop. These images over here do not show on tablet. So that's why we change the image, because it's got different screen sizes. So let's make sure we're on the tablet view. Let's click on the image. And then let's choose our tablet image. So that is for the phone, and you can see that by looking at the headings here. So that one says phone. So this one should be the tablet. So let's click upload an image. And now you can see with that image we have the images in this background. And guys, just before I forget, if you want these exact same images I'm using to build the website with, I have left a link so you can download the images. And you're more than welcome to use these images. They are free to use images. Just obviously, as I said in the previous video, don't go use this image and portray that as yourself. Use your actual photo. And under recent work, obviously use your work. Don't use these images as they aren't your work. But the images, for instance, like these, you can use if you want, and this background image. Let's just go back to the theme builder. So we've changed the tablet. Then let's go to the phone view. And although you can see the images there, I have just made a new image for the phone view. So let's click on that. And then I think this one was the phone view. It is. And we click upload an image. And there you can see that has the images in the background. So that's done now. We can click the save button and then click these 3 dots and then click save again. Right, let's exit out of the theme builder. And we are now done with the header and footer for desktop, tablets, and mobile devices. So let's start working on this hero section. So the first thing we notice, we have this background image. So let's start with that. What we're going to do, we're going to click on our site name here. I'm just going to open it in a new tab. We're then brought to our home page, and we're going to click Enable Visual Builder. And this helps us to build our website on the front end, and we can see all the changes we're making, which is quite nice. We get the option to build from scratch, choose a pre-made layout, or clone an existing page. Now, we don't have any existing pages yet, so we can't clone one. We're going to choose build from scratch, but I want to first go through choose a pre-made layout because this is probably one of the best features of Divi. I'm going to click this, but we're not going to use this, but I'm just going to show you what it is. And this is for you if you want to get a website up very quickly. You don't want to go through spending time building a whole entire site. Although I recommend that option because you can make it unique to you. You have the option in Divi to use a pre-made layout. And I don't know if I told you this previously, but they bring out a pre-made layout once a week in different various industries and niches. So it's very cool. So let's click that. This will now load the library. And over here, you have a whole bunch of categories. And on the right hand side, you have the layout pack. So you'll see at the moment, there's 1,878 layouts. So you can choose a niche you're in. For instance, let's say, is there photography here? No. But I'm sure if we go to art and design, there'll be a photography one there. Right, so when we check that, it brings up all the art and design layout packs, and there's a total of 316 of them. So you'll see there's a layout for a designer, there's a layout for a fashion website, for a photo marketplace, a copywriter, florist, web agency, interior design company, pottery studio. There's so many here. I just want to see, can we search? Oh, we can. Let's go photographer and see if anything comes up. So there is a few that come up. There's a wedding photographer layout. Okay, there is only the wedding photographer layout. But this is how easy it is. Let's say you want to use this layout. And you can use all these images as well, as these are free to use as well. So you get different layouts. So you get the about page, the blog page, the contact page, the gallery page, the home page, the landing page, portfolio page, a pricing page, and a project page. So it comes with all the pages you really need. So because we're working on the home page, let's choose the home page layout. Let's click that. Here you can see an example of it, so you can scroll through it and see if you like the layout. And if you do, you'll just click use this layout, and it will import this layout into your home page. And there's the layout imported, and your website is done. All you would obviously have to do is change any images out you don't want to use. Obviously change the text, as this comes with placeholder text. But you can see it's got all animations already, which is nice. And you'll see that it's already responsive for tablets and phones. It obviously shows our footer and header because that's what we built. But if you want a simple way to get a website up in as the fastest time possible, this is probably your best option. And it's already responsive. It's got all the images. It's got where your headings go. You just have to obviously change out this texture that is used as placeholder text. So that is an option for you to use. But we're not going to do that. We are going to build a website from scratch, because we don't want to look like everyone else's website, do we? No. Okay. Now, let's delete this. I actually don't think you can delete the layout. You actually need to delete each section. So I'm just going to quickly do that. Okay, so we brought back to our blank page that we're going to design from scratch. And we're going to start with that background image. First thing we need to do is insert our rows and our module. So let's insert, go back there. If I look at our hero section here, we have this content on the left. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to actually use a 2-column row. So we can put the content in the left-hand column, and the right-hand column we'll just leave blank. If you're thinking we're going to put this image in the right-hand column, no, we're not. We're going to use, this whole image is one image, so we're going to use that as a background image. So let's go back to the website, and let's choose the equal 2-column layout. In the first column, we're going to add some text. So let's search for text, and let's choose text. So let's just make sure that is locked to the left, and let's just save that. We're not going to do the text yet. Let's do the background image first. So to set this background image, we need to do this in the section settings. So let's click the gear icon on the section settings. Let's go to the background section, and let's choose the image option. We're going to click on this gray add button. Just to show you, so what's happened, why all these images are here, it's imported these images from the layout we just chose. So you can use these images if you want, so you can leave them in there and use them on your website. I'm going to quickly delete them because I'm not going to use any of these images. I've now deleted all those images, so I'm going to drag the hero images in. And again, I have 3 images, one for the desktop, one for tablet, and one for mobile. Images have now been uploaded, so I'm going to choose the desktop one first, and again we check that by making sure the file name is named desktop. Then we'll select upload an image, and there's our image. Now problem is it's not stretching out as in the example we have here. So to do that, we need to actually give this section a specific height. So to do that, we need to go over to the Design tab. We need to go to Sizing, and over here we have our heights. So for minimum height, we want to set it. Now I just need to play around. I'm going to try 90 view height. So it's 90 VH, and you'll see that stretches out. And what the VH stands for is view height. So it takes your screen, whatever size your screen is, and it's basically going to fill 90% of your screen. That's what that means. So I hope that makes sense. So I put in 90 VH for 90 view height, and this background image is now, or this background section I should say, is now filling 90% of my screen. The other 10%, more or less, so this is just, it's not exact calculations. This is probably taking up 10% and this 90%. So yeah, I hope I've made sense there. But just put in 90 VH and this will fill up the screen. So we now have our background image in there. We can click Save. So let's go back to the example and see what we need to do next. So we need to add in this content. Well, first we're going to add in this over here, which is our main heading, and this is going to be a heading 1 or H1. So let's go back to our website. Let's go to first, let me copy that text so I don't have to type all of it. Right, let's go back to our text settings, and it's not looking great now, but we'll fix all the spacings shortly. Before we change this text, I just want to, let me show you on the example here. You'll see this content is actually in the middle of this entire section. So there's equal spacing there and there. And if you look at ours, our text is sitting right towards the top here. So we need to move this column, this entire green part, into the middle here. So how do we do that? So do you remember the code we used to center this? We're going to use the same code, except for there's just one line of code this time. So let's go back to that code pen. And this is a code I created for the footer, or for the blurb modules in the footer. We only need the top part of the code. We don't need to have this flex direction or the line items. We just need the display flex option. So let's just copy the top part of this code. Let's go back to our website. And now, because we want to center the entire row, which is the green part, and not just the text, you'll see we need to move the whole row into the middle. we need to actually go to the section settings and put the code in there. So let's go to section settings, the advanced tab, click on the custom CSS, and then in the main element, let's just paste that code, and you'll see it has moved it to the center. Let's save that. And now let's do our text. So I'm going to need to copy that text again because I copied that code. So let's hover over the text and click on the gray module settings. And then let's take this text out and put in our text. So your text, if you type in your own text, it might be something like that and it's all on one line. So if you want to break the text up a bit, like I want the special moments on the second line and I always remember those on the first line, all we need to do is put a break in. And to do that, we push Shift, Enter. I'm not sure what it is on a Mac if you're using a Mac. I've never used a Mac, but on a Windows machine, it's Shift, Enter. Then it will put in a break like that, so it goes to the next line. Don't just push Enter, because if you just push Enter, you'll see the spacing is quite big there. So push Shift, Enter, and then that will just do a break onto the next line. We need to change this to a heading 1, so let's highlight this text, click on this drop down and change it to heading 1. Perfect. So now if we hover over it, we get this icon. Don't know what it is still. Let's click on that to go to those settings. So heading font we're going to leave as default, as we've set that in the theme customizer. For the weight, we're going to go for bold. And then we want the text all capitalized, so let's change that. So under heading font style, let's capitalize everything. And then the heading text alignment, we're going to leave it to the left so we don't change anything there. And then the color is white with this pink shadow. So let's change the heading text color to our white color. There we go. Now you'll see the text is very close together. So let's first deal with the heading text size. So let's click on the mobile phone here, and for desktop, our heading one is going to be 88 pixels. But I've seen that there's not enough space here, and that's why the special moments has moved down. But we will see how we can fix that now. Let's just go to tablet. Then we want that at 68 pixels. That works out fine. And on tablet, if we go to our tablet version, you'll see this is all centered. We're on desktop, it's all to the left. So let's also do that while we're here. So let's go to our heading text alignment. Let's click on the mobile phone icon. It should automatically be on tablet view, and let's click the center option. So you'll see it's now centered, and it will be the same on phone because we've changed it on tablet. It takes the settings down to the phone. Let's go back to desktop. Sorry, we should have stayed on phone because we need to change the size of the text there. So under heading text, make sure you're on the phone view, and let's change that to 48 pixels. Let's go back to the desktop view. Then the header leading spacing, let's put 3 pixels in there, so it just separates the letters a bit. The line height we can leave. Then we need to do the text shadow. So let's pick this first option. And then for the heading text shadow horizontal length is going to be -2 pixels. Make sure you type in this px, otherwise it's going to revert to -2 em. Then for the heading text shadow vertical length, we're going to be just 2 px. Then the heading text shadow blur strength is going to be 0. And then our heading text shadow color is going to be this pink color. I don't think it's as, I think the sizing is incorrect. So let me just go see what sizing I used for the shadow. Sorry, so it's -4 and 4, not 2. So let's just change this to 4 and this also to 4. There we go. So let's just sort out the sizing now so that the special moments comes onto the second line. And you'll see the reason, if I hover here, why it's moved to the next line is because there's no space for special moments. It basically cuts off there. So that's why special moments move to the next line. So we need to make this a bit wider. So to do that, one option we have, and I'm going to see if it works. You'll see so I'm using a 24-inch screen, and you'll see it works perfectly on a 24-inch screen. But if you're using like a normal laptop, which is about 1366 pixels wide, if I click that, so that is probably about a laptop size, and that's why that's moving down. So on a bigger screen, it works out, but as the screen gets smaller, it's going to push the special moments to a new line. So the one way we can change it, let's click on our column structure, which is that option there. And to make it wider, let's choose this column structure so we have a bigger first column than second column. Okay. Then let's just open a module up and see if that has helped. There we go. That has sorted that out. So it's given us more space in the first column. So I hope that makes sense. Guys, if I don't make sense, or if I haven't explained something well enough, please leave a comment. I do want to try and help you, and I will make maybe a more detailed video on it so I can explain it better. But I don't want these videos to run for hours. So that's why I'm just showing you what I would do, and you can do the same. But if you need me to run through something in more detail, please let me know in the comments. So let's just quickly look on a tablet how it looks. That's fine. And on a mobile, so we might have to make this smaller on a mobile because there's no more space. We have no more space. So let's see if we adjust the text or the heading size. So let's go back here under heading size and make sure we're on the phone view. Let's try 42 pixels. Let's try 40. Let's try 36. All right, there we go. So 36 pixels will work on a mobile view. Then for mobile, I think the shadow is too far away. So I think we need to change that. Let's just check the tablet before we change the mobile. So I think tablet's fine. Let's just change it on mobile. Let's change that to 2 pixels. So let's go to the shadow. Let's hover over the horizontal length and click the phone icon. Make sure we're on phone and change that to -2 pixels. Okay. And then go to the heading text shadow vertical length. Click the phone icon. Make sure we're on phone and change that to 2 pixels. Okay. I think that looks better on a phone. That's all set now for the desktop, the tablet, and the phone. And I've just realized something. I don't know why I do this. I forgot to change the background image of the tablet and the phone. So let's go to tablet. Let's click on the settings for the section. Let's go to background. Make sure we're on the background image option. Let's click on the image. Sorry. Before we do that, we need to first click on the phone icon. Make sure we're on the tablet view. Click on the image. And then choose the tablet view. And this is the tablet image. So let's upload an image. There we go. So that's the tablet one. So you see a bit more of the photographer. Then let's change this to the phone view. And let's click on the image. And then let's choose the phone view. Oh, not phone view, the phone image. Upload the image, and then at least we get to see a bit more of the photographer. Then I've just actually put a much darker overlay on the mobile view one so the text stands out a bit more. But obviously on a phone you're limited with space, so making a hero section with an image that you can see as well as text, it can be difficult. Now that we've done that, let's go back to the desktop view. Let's save that. And then let's just save our page. Right, let's go see what we have to do next. So we need to put in this subtitle, which is a heading 3, I think. Let's make sure. Yes, it's a heading 3. So let me just copy this text. Let's go back to our website. So what we're going to do, we're going to now add a new text module, and to do that we're just going to click on this plus icon. Let's choose text. I can delete this text over here. Let's paste in our text. Then we want to make this a heading 3. Right, so let's hover over it and then let's click on our paintbrush or pen or whatever it is. Right, for heading 3 font, we're going to leave as default. For heading 3 font weight, we're going to make this bold, I think. Let me just make sure. No, we're going to leave it regular. So leave it as regular. We're going to want to make sure it's on uppercase. The alignment, we want it to remain on the left, so we're going to leave that. Let's just change it on the tablet and phone. So let's click the phone icon. Let's go to tablet. Okay, sorry if you can't see it. It's obviously blending into the background, but I can see it over there. Then let's make sure on tablet it's centered, and then on phone it should automatically be centered as well. Perfect. Let's go back to the desktop view. Let's change the color to this was the pink color, so let's change that to pink. Then we just want to do the sizing for the heading 3. So for desktop, it's going to be 56 pixels. Then let's click on the phone icon and go to tablet. For tablet, it's going to be 44 pixels. And for phone, it's going to be 32 pixels. Now, we might have to change this as well, although it fits, but I'm just worried, how much was this text that we made? I want to have a hierarchy here, so I want to make sure that this heading 1 is bigger than the heading 3. So let's just click on the settings here. Let's go to design. Let me actually go to the settings for that specific text. Let's click on phone. I just want to see how much I made it. 36 pixels. Let's go back to our heading 3 text. Go to those settings and let's go back to phone. So it's 32. So I'm going to go with, let's see, 28. I think that's better if we go 28. So that the heading 1 text is more predominant. Right, let's go back to the desktop view. For the letter spacing, let's also put 3 pixels, so it gives us a bit of spacing. The line out we're going to leave as is. There is no shadow on that. Why does this look thicker? Oh, it's because we're using a different font. So we need to make it bold. Sorry, we need to make this bold. Let's just go back up to the heading font weight and select bold. And that is it for the sub headline. So we can click save. Let's just save our page as well. Then the last thing for this video is to just make this button. And that's pretty easy to do with Divi. So let's go back to our website. Let's hover over the subtitle we just did and add a new module. So we'll click this plus button. And let's search for button. Let's click on button. And there's our button there. So it doesn't really look like our button, but we're going to change that. So our button says view portfolio. So we're under texture. Let's change the click here to view portfolio. Then under link, we need this button to work. So we need it to take us to the portfolio page. So to do that, we're going to use dynamic content again. We're going to click this icon. And you'll see the portfolio page is not here. So to get to the portfolio page, we need to select page link because a portfolio is a page. So let's click on the page link. And if we scroll down here, here's all our pages we created. So we can just click on the drop down and choose the portfolio page. Then we can just save that. And now it will, when someone clicks on that button, it will take them to the portfolio page. Right, let's go to design. Under alignment, we're not going to change anything as we want to keep it on the left. Text, don't worry about that. We're not going to change anything there. Then on button, says here use custom styles for button, and we want to do that because we want to change the look of this button. So let's click yes. Button text size. So let's change the views. Let's first do the desktop size. And for the button, we want it as 40 pixels. So that will make our button larger. For tablet, we want the button centered. So let's go back to alignment. Let's choose the phone icon, and we're going to choose center for tablet. And then it should be the same on phone. So let's go back to tablet, and let's go back to button, and back to the button text size. So the size for the tablet is going to be 32 pixels. There we go. And for the phone, it's going to be 24 pixels. Let's go back to desktop. So the button text color is white. So let's go back to our website. Button text color, we're going to choose our white color. It changes the border now, but we're not going to have a border. And I'll show you now how to remove that. Then the next part is the button background, and our background is our blue color. So let's choose under button background the blue color, and that changes that. Then button border width. So that is the border you're seeing around there. We don't want a border, so we're going to put 0. That takes the border away. Then button border color, we don't have a border, so we don't have to worry about that. Then this button border radius, that is the shape, like the circular shape on the button. That is what the radius is. And we want this button to look what they call a pull, like a pull. So to do that, let's try 100 pixels. Right, and that looks like what we want. And then button letter spacing, I think I did put some, did I put spacing? No, I didn't. So, okay, there's no spacing. All right, the font weight is bold. So let's change font weight to bold. The button font we're going to leave as default as it's already on the railway font. The button font style is all uppercase, so let's change it to uppercase. Show button icon, that is this icon that appears. If you like that, you can use it. I don't really like it, so I'm going to say no. And if you do choose an icon, you can see they have a whole bunch of icons here that you can use for your button icon. But I'm not going to use that. Button text shadow, we're not going to use. And then spacing, we do want some spacing. As you can see here, there is some spacing here. So this is to now do with padding. So we're going to change the padding. So under padding here, let's click this link icon so it affects both sides. And let us try 50 pixels. Maybe a bit more. Let's try 100 pixels. Okay, there we go. That looks like enough spacing there. So now let's just check the tablet. Because we put in padding, I don't want the portfolio wording to go to the next line. So let's just quickly click on the phone icon. Let's go to tablet. Okay, that looks fine on tablet, and let's go to the mobile phone. Now you see the portfolio has moved to the next line, and that doesn't look nice. So let's change it on button. Let's try 50 pixels on not a button, on the phone. All right, perfect. And then that moves it back to its original way. And we are done with the hero section. Let's save that. Wait, we're not done. But let's just save it. We need to make this transparent. I forgot about that. Geez, I forget about a lot of things. It's old age, I tell you. But let's see what our website looks like now that we've done the hero section. I want to go to the dashboard. Sorry, I wanted to go to the actual site. There we go. So our website is coming along quite nicely. We've done we're going to finish the header now. We've done the footer. We've done the hero section. Right, so let's quickly make this transparent. what we can do, we can actually edit the header from the front end here. If you hover over here, you'll see here this option comes up to edit the header template. So we don't have to go back to our theme builder and do it. We can do it from the front end here. So let's select that. There, we can change it now. Let's go to the section settings. If you remember, we put this black background in the section settings. Let's go to background. We want to make it transparent, so we'll click the transparent option. Now it's turned white, but we'll fix that. Let's go to advanced. Then let's go to position. And under position, yeah, we want to change it from relative to absolute. And you'll see it's now made it transparent. Now what you'll notice is that our section moves slightly up. So I just want to save this so you can see what I mean. So you can see a bit of the bottom here. And if you want it like that, you can leave it like that. But I think what I want to do is edit the post content if I can get to it. This makes it a bit tricky now, because when we change it to absolute, what happened is this header section here has gone on top of our image. So now it's a bit difficult to get to this edit post section. So what we do, we right click and we say edit post section. So now we should be able to edit our post content. So let's go to our, we won't be able to get to our section, so we're going to need to use the layer panel. Let's right click, go to layer. Let's click on the section settings. Let's go to design. And let's go to sizing. Now, if you remember, we made the min height 90 view height. We want to now change that to 100. And you'll see it now moves down to the bottom of the screen. So let's save that. We can close that. Let's save our page. And let's refresh our website. And there we go. We've got the transparent heading now. We've got our hero section done. We've got our heading done. We've got our footer done. And that works. The button works. As you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, goes to our portfolio page. And guys, that is it. That is our hero section done. So I hope you enjoyed this video. In the next video, I'm going to see how long these videos are going to take. But what I want to try to do is build out the rest of the page. That shouldn't take too long. There's no coding I think we need to use in this. So this shouldn't take too long. So I think in the next video, that's what I'll do. I'll build out the rest of the home page. And then the video after that, we'll build out the portfolio page. I'll show you how to use a gallery there. The video after the portfolio one, we'll do the about page. And then the video after that one, we'll do the contact page. And then also maybe this privacy policy in terms of services. That will be very quick. So that's the next few videos that I'll release in the next few days. So if you did enjoy this, please like the video. Give it a thumbs up. And please subscribe. Again, if you have questions, please leave them in the comments section. If you really need me to run through something that I didn't explain properly or I confused you, please explain it in the description and I will make a video on that. You can also send me an email directly. And if you like what I do and don't want to build your websites, my email is also at the bottom if you want to reach out to me for me to design and develop your website. We can hop onto a Zoom or Google Meet call or even over WhatsApp and we can discuss the project. So reach out if you want, if you don't feel like building a website yourself. But if you are enjoying this and building the website, I'm happy. That is the main aim of this video series and the future video series to come. So again, if you want me to do a website in another industry, also put that in the comments. And if you've seen a website that you like the look of and want to know how to build that out in Divi, and yeah, just as long as there's not a lot of coding involved, I will do that as well. So put the link to the website in the comments as well. Guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Have a good one.